Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am the Maize Man. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, share this with your friends on social media and abound. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Today, we are talking massive flip candidates that visited for the Texas game, plus the #1 running back in the country, and the possibility of Sherrone getting back into the offensive play calling, all that, and of course,
I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully, but disrespectfully, it's disrespect. Don't be disrespectful.
Those vile, disgusting Spartans, poor little bro, man. And I'm gonna tell him where I'm at. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, the other state, and of course, as always,
I'm upset.
Let's get right into it. Michigan played host to a lot of the top recruits in the country for their home game against #3 Texas, a game that they ended up losing convincingly, but that didn't stop the recruiting train, and they hosted the #1 running back in the class of 2026. That is none other than 4-star Finny, Texas, Finny high school running back, Mr. Javen Osborne. He's a 5'10", 175-pounder. He talked glowingly about the Wolverines after the visit, even going on to say that Michigan is high on his list. He said, quote, "It was a very good visit. It was the first time being in the big house for me. It was a very good experience for me. I know the outcome wasn't what they expected, but overall, Michigan treated me well. I felt appreciated and wanted there. I also got to speak to Coach TA and met his older son as well. There was definitely love shown. I really appreciate Michigan." Now, of course, like he said, this wasn't the outcome that Michigan wanted against Texas. This kid is from Texas, by the way. According to On3's RPM recruiting predictor, he is heavily favored to go to Texas at the time. But he went on to say, "I still loved the game plan. Even when they were down big, they didn't shy away from running the football. They stuck with their game plan. They didn't get out of their game plan. They utilized their running backs. It was great seeing that." He went on to talk about how he could see himself fitting in to the Michigan backfield. He said, "I definitely see the potential for me to come up there and be a starter for sure. There's a big opportunity for me to shine and play my part." And that is indeed because of the expectance of Mullings and even Donovan Edwards to move on after this season. We'll see what happens. Keep it locked to this channel for all the updates regarding Mr. Osborne. We move on. The Wolverines also had a surprise visitor on campus in 4-star 2024 cornerback Mr. Brandon Finny out of Owings Mill, Maryland. He is committed currently to Oregon, but still found his way to Ann Arbor and the Big House to check out the Wolverines live and in living color. He, according to Finny, did inform Oregon and that staff that he would be attending the Michigan game. You may remember Michigan was in on Finny along with South Carolina, Penn State, the other state, and Oregon. Ultimately, he chose Oregon, but he did say he would visit Ann Arbor and definitely took that opportunity this past week against Texas. His recruitment isn't necessarily closed, even though he is committed to Oregon, James Franklin, and Penn State. They're still hot on the trails trying to get a visit out of Finny. In fact, I think they have scheduled a visit for the whiteout against Texas November 9th. And he is planning to take an official back to Ann Arbor, as this visit this past weekend was an unofficial visit. He is looking to schedule an official visit to Ann Arbor. We'll keep you posted as more information becomes available on this one. Finny, though, does play both receiver and defensive back for his high school in Owing Mills. He's a 6'2", 185-pounder out of McDonough High School, rated the number 11 cornerback in the nation, the 95th rated overall recruit, and the number 2 player in the state of Michigan in the 2025 class. I think I said 2024 class earlier. He is definitely in the 2025 class. But like I said, we'll keep you posted on this recruitment as more information becomes available. The Wolverines also hosted Belleville High School 4-star athlete and friend of the channel Elijah Dodson this past Saturday at the Big House. Elijah Dodson is committed currently to Pittsburgh. He committed back in May to Pittsburgh, although Michigan was at one point in the lead for that recruitment. That's back when Steve Cleanscale was still with the Wolverines. After the regime change, things kind of shifted for Elijah Dodson. He ended up committing to Pittsburgh, but Michigan looks to be spinning the block for Elijah Dodson. He's right down the road there at Belleville High School, ranked the 337th player nationally, the number 12 athlete in the country, and the 4th ranked player in the state of Michigan in the 2025 class. He is a 6'1", 170-pounder that can play both receiver and defensive back, both positions, safety and corner. A terrific athlete, is now teamed up with Belleville superstar quarterback Bryce Underwood. Great to see that Michigan is back in this recruitment. As you remember, I interviewed Mr. Dodson right here on this channel some months back about his interest in Michigan. So it's good to see that the Wolverines spinning the block for Elijah Dodson. We'll keep you posted as more information becomes available with this recruitment as well. Finally, we'll end this video speaking about head coach of the Wolverines, Sherrone Moore. Obviously, didn't get the result that the Wolverines wanted or expected against Texas this past weekend. The offense has yet to reach 300 yards in either of their games, both against Fresno State or Texas, and is looking a little sluggish out there. He did speak on that in a recent press conference, saying that he is looking in on the offense more. He will be looking in on the offense more, not necessarily taking back the reins in terms of play calling, still leaving that up to Kurt Campbell, but both men did express how they had a good meeting that included, Michigan sticking to the basics and what got them there, and that's running the football, at least running it more effectively than they have been, and of course protecting the football, which has been a staple for the Wolverines over the last few seasons. So good to know that Michigan head coach Sherrone Moore isn't just planning to stay pat with how the offense has been run, but is taking the initiative here to, try to get things in gear as far as the offense goes. We'll keep you posted as more information becomes available with this as well. Be sure to follow me everywhere at Maize Madman. If you haven't already, we will be changing the times, by the way, of M&M on Mondays. We're going to move it from 8 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we are not trying to compete with Monday Night Football, obviously, but be sure to check that out if you haven't already. My guy, the Maniac, is hilarious. He went off on a rant about Michigan football this past Monday, just yesterday, so be sure to check out that episode if you haven't already. And of course, join the membership team. We have some exclusives there we're working on. We'll also be creating a Discord community for the Triple M community. Very excited about that, so be sure to be one of the first in there. We're going to have some exclusive for people that join the Discord as well. Keep it locked for the channel for more updates, and until next time, stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through.
All right, now I'ma calm down. I just don't get that all that Mace and that lock and all that. just gonna get it, son,
Okay,
for real.
just calm
And how
down.
the